Hi guys, how are you doing? Right, we're going to do a what's in the bag today. We're down here at Howley Hall Golf Club. We're at the Ryan Rastall Performance Centre. I'm here with Ryan.
Hello.
I want to go through my bag and tell you guys what's in it. Right, so if you've been watching the channel, you'll see that I've changed quite a bit in my bag recently. Most of it I've changed with the help of Ryan here, and lots of people have asked me what is actually in my bag, so I figured it was about time I did the video, because I'm pretty much, I think, set with it almost for the season, so now's a good time to do it. So, as I don't really know the technical stuff with it and why I'm really using it other than they feel the best for me, Ryan's going to help talk through some of the spec on those clubs. So where do you want to start? Wedges?
Yeah, we'll start with wedges if you want. Okay. So we've got SM5 Vokey, which you got last year, didn't you? So
I actually got them. I actually inherited them from a friend.
Oh really? Very good.
A friend who changed his wedges, and I had a bit of a mix of wedges. I had higher lofted wedges actually. I had 52, 56 and 60 Nike wedges.
Okay.
And there was always a big gap between my 52 and my pitching wedge.
Yeah.
And also these just felt loads better than the Nike ones. I wasn't fitted for these. They literally, I think you re-gripped them for me.
I did, yeah.
And you changed the lengths because they were quite long.
Yeah,
it was quite
about an inch long
yeah.
standard, weren't they? But yeah, I mean, Vokey are the most popular wedge out there, really, for a reason. I mean, they look great, they feel great, and people trust them. You've got a bit of a mixture of bounces there. So
yeah. So what is the difference with these? Because one's
so you've got quite low bounce in your 58. So the grind is also important with those. So we've got an M grind in there. So when we look at that wedge, there's a bit of relief taken off in the heel and the toe. Okay. So that, combined with the fact that it's low bounce, just means it's quite a versatile club to use. So you can open the face on it.
Right. Okay.
And the leading edge is still going to sit quite tight to the ground. So that's really what the bounce and the grind options give you is just that ability to sort of play around with how you play wedge shots. Now then, when you look at your 54, it's higher bounce. So we would expect to be playing shots maybe out of bunkers, or maybe just give you a bit more, like I say, versatility. So the lower bounces tend to be good for hard conditions, so like it has been over the past few months. But then when we get to winter, more bounce in your wedges is generally good, so it stops them digging into the ground. So we've got a little bit of variation there within your wedges, so that no matter what the conditions are, no matter what shot you're faced with, you've got a wedge for the job, really.
So I should probably know a little bit more about that, because then I could play that to the conditions, couldn't I? Really?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean,
that's good. So
they all do different jobs.
It's taken me 3 months, and
exactly, and you know, it's something that not a lot of people do look at. I mean, you'll look at tour players' bags, and their wedges might change from season, you know, and not just season to season, but from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. Now, the courses they're tending to play, they tend to follow the sunshine, so the ground conditions are fairly good most of the time. They're not too soft. But if they did encounter really wet weather, they might change their wedge setup and get something that's maybe higher bounce to help them with that. So yeah, in this country we tend to get a lot of rain, unfortunately. So higher bounce is generally good. Plus, for players who maybe aren't as skilled short game wise, more bounce can help a little bit as well.
I have to say, these wedges, since I put them in the bag, I've definitely got more confidence with these.
Good. For
all my shots. And the 50 is certainly there's a better gap between the 50 and my pitching wedge than there was. I mean, it was different irons as well, but but definitely, because that gap used to be huge before, and I used to really struggle with, you know, anything from kind of that 100-yard shot. I used to really struggle because I didn't really have a club for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is obviously very important. We don't want huge gaps between irons. We don't want you to have to feel like you've got to hit a really hard 50 rather than, you know, a wedge that you can maybe take a little bit off of. We don't want that huge gap. So yeah, that is very important to get your wedge lofts right, and you're tending to see more players go for your less than 50-degree options as well. Some people with 47s, 48s, because of how strong pitching wedges are getting. So yeah, that's absolutely a good option, really. So
onto the irons. So we got the so I got these fitted with you about 7 weeks or so ago. If you haven't already checked out the video, it's on the channel. I filmed the whole fitting with Ryan, which I thought was really interesting, because we went through probably 6 or 7 different clubs
And brands, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we looked at Titleist, we looked at Ping, Mizuno, TaylorMade, literally everything.
Even the steelhead colourways that I was playing in different shafts, and
we did
with the correct setup, because that was the thing we realised, wasn't it, that they just weren't right for me.
That's right. Yeah, they were way too upright for one, and we just couldn't really get the combination right. But as soon as we started using these, I mean, these are King F7, the Cobras. We used these, and we tried one length at the time as well, didn't we? And just maybe felt that you found the shorter clubs maybe a bit difficult.
I just didn't really. It's a unique. It's a certain thing. Certain people really like those clubs. Absolutely. For me, they just felt. It just felt like it was a bit too much for me to try and get used to. It would have taken some more time, and I just didn't really want to. Yeah,
I mean the variable length option. I mean, I went for that in mine, having tried one length as well. But they're both very, very good. And to be honest, it's just what you're used to, isn't it? It comes down a little bit to that. But yeah, these irons are awesome. They feel great.
They're so good.
Yeah, we've sold quite a few sets of them, as well as the one length version as well. So people tend to hit them very, very long, and they're quite forgiving. So I'm sure, and I know for a fact that's what you found when you've been using them. So
absolutely.
We went up to 4 iron in these, didn't we? So we've gone 4 all the way down to pitching wedge. Again, I think they'll just give you, one, a bit more forgiveness than what you were using before. But 2, they just look great, don't they?
They look great behind the ball. So you've got loads of confidence when you hit them. The strike is so much better. The ball flight is so much higher. The distance is ridiculous. Like,
that all sounds good.
But that's the thing that it's taken me a little while to get used to, because I just didn't quite trust the distance. So I was hitting 150 was always 7 iron for me, always. And now it's like I'm hitting 7 iron 165 with these.
Right. Well, that's awesome, isn't it?
You know, they're so much further. And the other thing I really found with these, because I'd never had a 4 iron in the bag before. Got the 4 iron, and actually, particularly around Howley, which is pretty tight. The shots, the holes where I'm using 4 iron off the tee, which is just going for miles, it's brilliant, because it just puts me in play every time, and I should just use it for the entire round, because I hit it so well for tee with that 4 iron. It's just unbelievably good. Yeah, they are good. So I'm just really now starting to get used to them, and now I'm really feeling confident with them. They're just awesome.
Good.
So now this is the bit of the bag that I'm still not sure I've got right.
Let's have a look. So Fairway Wood, So we've got Ping G30 and a 5 wood.
Now,
something you've had for a bit.
I've had it for quite a long time, and that was always my kind of go-to club, both off the tee and off the deck. Struggled with it a bit more recently off the deck, but I don't know if that's any longer now than my 4 iron off the tee. Maybe a touch longer, but it's definitely not as forgiving as the 4 iron. It's not as consistent. But it's still a club that I do really like using. But yeah, I'm not sure it's.
I mean, we've got the potential with this club of altering loft, haven't we? So, I mean, at the moment it's set, slightly more lofted than the 18 degrees on the head. So we could maybe knock that down a touch and see if we can stretch the yardage out a bit. But Fairway Woods are a very personal thing. I think if you find something you like, stick with it. People change clubs for changing sake sometimes, and I've been guilty of it in the past, absolutely. But if you find a Fairway Wood you like, and it's good off the tee as well as the ground, I think if it is adjustable and you can do something with it to maybe get the shot you're after. Yeah, exactly. We can maybe have a look at that. But
well, I think that's something that we'll, in another video, we'll do. Now that I've got used to these irons, we'll do a proper gapping session, and we'll see every club, and then I can really start.
Definitely something we should be doing.
Yeah, because I've tried that a little bit. I'm using shot scope a little bit, so that's giving me some distances, but it's proven to be a little bit inconsistent at the minute. So I just need to play with the settings of it. But yeah, that is a club that I've had in the bag for quite a while, and one that I do really like. It's got a slightly firmer regular shaft, I think. The toe shaft, which is a bit firmer. So I always found with Fairway Woods, with the standard stock regular shafts, they were a bit whippy for me. And I tended to hook them even more than anything else that I would hook, which is always my bad shot.
Yeah, I mean these are going to feel a bit heavier more than anything, so you can maybe feel where the club face is a bit better potentially. But yeah, I mean certainly when we've looked at shafts for you, like we went for the KPS in your irons, they've always been heavier than the manufacturer standard, haven't they? So they're always on that way, just so that we can control where the ball's going a little bit better. Very good.
So then the big stick.
Okay, let's have a look at that.
Which I didn't get fitted with you.
You didn't?
Got fitted this, again, if you haven't seen the video, go and check it out, it's on the channel. I went down to Callaway and got fitted with this, with the Epic. And it is definitely epic. Absolutely love this driver. Still have days when I don't hit it particularly well, but that's my swing rather than the club. When I hit it well, it's just a monster.
Yeah, I mean, we've never heard
so
a single negative review of a Callaway Epic driver. I mean, they're awesome. They are good. It
is so good. And again, I think it's a combination of that head with that shaft that just really works for me. Yeah,
again, we've gone Diamana, 60 gram, regular flex.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just having that little bit. I mean, this is a little bit more playable sort of shaft than what we've looked at in the rest of the set. And by that I mean it's generally a bit higher launching and higher spinning. You've got it set. Well, it's 10.5 head. You've got it set 11.5 and neutral.
Yeah.
Weight's fairly neutral, maybe just towards the heel a little bit there. But you know, having seen you hit it, it's bang on the money, isn't it? You know, when you're swinging it well, you hit the ball very, very well with it. Now, I think that some of the problems we've seen in drivers with you before is that maybe we haven't got the launch properly, have we? So the sub-zero head in this would absolutely not have been for you, and potentially the shaft that comes in this driver as standard may not have worked properly as well. So this the Diamana Red board that we've got in there again will just give a slightly better flight, and we've got a little bit more loft been put on there as well. But certainly you're hitting it lovely, aren't you? So
yeah, it's an awesome when I get those, even not out in the middle, and that's the thing. The bad ones nowhere near as bad.
Yeah,
they're still decent shots for the most part. So that's
epic.
And it's epic. And funny enough, it's the only club that whenever I've had drivers before, especially with all this adjustability that you can get, you tend to meddle a lot, and I just haven't felt the need to play with that at all. It's just exactly how it was when it was fitted,
when you fit it,
which is what you should do, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the whole purpose of getting fit.
They're trying to help you.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that club.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Very, very good.
And
right.
epic. So then
the money maker.
Yeah.
What was that?
And the new stick in the bag.
Yeah. It went in on Saturday, didn't it?
Yeah. So
a few poor putting rounds. So
yeah. So I was using a Nike counterbalanced. I can't remember what the model was. The big head thing.
Yeah.
And just had no confidence with it at all. Just I was messing with the way I was holding it, with my stroke. I was always playing with it during a round. Just had no confidence at all with it. So I came for put a foot in with you.
Yep.
And tried lots of different stuff out. And this just felt mint.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that
straight away.
In a lot of putter fittings, you can get quite technical about it, and we didn't need to do that at all. You know, just by watching you put with the one that you had, it was very obvious what was wrong. The fact that it was face balanced and it was counterbalanced, and everything about your stroke just looked different every time. Yeah. So, particularly when we were looking at where you were missing the hole as well. Yeah. So we looked at this. Obviously, this is toe down putter, so it's a little bit more suited to that arc in a putting stroke, and someone who's going to release the putter properly through a putt, and literally straight away you were hitting good putts. Yeah. And it wasn't just with this, but we tried Scotty Cameron, we tried the new TaylorMades, didn't we? And it just came down to feel with this.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it felt lovely off the face.
The white hot insert in the face feels lovely and soft, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Particularly on greens that are getting faster right now, it just fills you with confidence. You can actually hit the ball rather than tentatively just nudging it towards there. We can actually stroke it properly.
Well, even on Saturday when I took it out, having literally just had that fitting with you, the difference was just in terms of confidence and how I felt putting. Yeah. And then I played on Sunday and Monday with that, and it was just awesome. Different gravy.
Yeah, I mean, the putting is massively built on confidence, isn't it? And if you think when you pull it out of the bag you're looking forward to using it, exactly. You're generally going to hold the putt with it on it. So yeah, very, very good. Yeah. I mean, that, like I say, it was a very, very simple fitting that we did, and because it didn't require anything too complicated, we knew that something more traditional, something toe down, and something You know, maybe we went actually a little bit longer than what you had at the moment, didn't we? Sorry, what you had previously. And, yeah, again, that seems to have worked nicely.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
Very, very good.
So that's it. That's my bag. And,
very good,
and it's a good one. So, thanks for watching that, guys. If you remember, as always, if you like the video, make sure you give it a little thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and follow me on this journey to single figures. And also, I'll put in the description a link to Ryan's channels and Ryan's social media. Follow him. Any questions you've got on any of the clubs,
you want any help with your clubs, come and see us.
Give Ryan a shout and he'll sort you guys out. Thanks again for watching, guys. Catch you soon.